Up next, we have Rugrats, the search for Reptar, all levels, by a whole bunch of numbers. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, but I'll let him introduce himself. Um, Interestingly enough, we had an incentive for this game to go visit a little Easter egg, and the runner met it himself. So perhaps I should have set it a little higher. JK, wink, nudge. Anyway, with that said, I will now turn it over to the runner and commentator. Take it away. Commentator, take it away.
Thank you so much, Allie. My name is 2003-041. You can call me 2K, 2K3, or any other number related name. Along with me is Bergerman, if you'd like to say hello.
Hi, I'm Bergerman. Hi, Speedrun Things. I'm here.
Uh,
Pleasure to see you all.
so, as Allie mentioned, we are running Rugrats Search for Reptar All Levels. So, this is a PS1 game, 1998, made by THQ. Because of that, we are playing on fast disk speed on a PS2. I'm going to get the game booted up and. Alright, so with this game, it's the first Rugrats game that was released. The levels are based on episodes from the first 3 seasons of the show. So this has a lot of nostalgia fuel with it. With the game, the goal is to find all 12 puzzle pieces to the Reptar puzzle that are scattered throughout those levels. You can earn the puzzle pieces one of two ways, by either collecting 15 Reptar bars or by completing one of the main stages. One of the things we're going to be avoiding with the all levels is collecting any extraneous Reptar bars in our path. Bergerman, if you want to go over the RNG manipulation we're setting up for now.
Sure. So the this game has really interesting RNG manipulation where from starting the console, from like turning on the console and skipping through the menus, if you press start game when the fourth baby shows up on screen, and then you do like um, there's like a little jump we do to like the jump isn't necessary, but like it sort of sets the timing, and then we start the first level, and we've learned that at least for that
One
level,
second,
RNG
Burger.
is
3, 2, 1, start. Oh, I think I missed the timing of it, but we'll see.
um,
I apologize if I
and
missed it.
so ideally, if done correctly, it'll put all of the babies downstairs. So it's hide and go seek with them, like a race to go back to the playpen. Um, and obviously, like if they're all upstairs, it's like really slow. This was actually an RNG manipulation discovered by one named Lucas about 3.5 years ago now.
And I screwed up the RNG manip. Allie, is it okay if I just do a quick reset and do it one more time? Because the babies aren't downstairs at all. I apologize. Yeah, I'm gonna need to just reset. I'm so sorry about that. So the main thing I screwed up with that, like Bregerman was explaining, I need to time it when the fourth baby in that bottom left corner hits the peak. I didn't hit the main menu the first time. I know I was gonna screw up something with this. I apologize. Um, yeah. So, Bregerman, were you explaining anything more with the RNG manip?
I mean that's basically the gist of it. It's timing based. I'm pretty sure there's something in the code that yo, one named Lucas, how you doing, buddy? Pretty sure that like the way it works is that like each that like time um corresponds with like a set seed. Uh,
Okay, I'm not screwing this up twice. I will guarantee that.
um,
All right. So starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, take 2. This time we should get it.
and yeah, like this manipulation took the game, uh, made it way more consistent. Imagine resetting over and over and over again, trying to get good baby RNG. The split takes about a minute, 14 seconds with the babies in good position, but if they're like upstairs or wherever, it can take 2, 3 minutes. So it's a humongous time save right off the bat.
So I guess we can
It
talk
makes
about the level, I guess. So this is just hide and seek. Chucky got his glasses taken away because having 4 eyes is cheating in Angelica's eyes. So we need to find all 3 babies, tag them individually, and then beat them to the playpen. So Tommy is the first one we grab in the garage. Second one is going to be Lil, and hopefully the camera doesn't fight with me too much. One of the bosses in this game, unfortunately, is the camera. It is easily the most scuffed thing in this game, on top of some of the hitboxes in terms of trying to tag these other babies. There we go. And I'm going to do a jump here because we will need to see this jump later. You can see how short it was, but it's kind of important because the next stage we're going to is going to give us a glitched ability. But now we're going to make our first trip upstairs to that level, Circus Angelicus. Circus Angelicus is a 3-ring circus, so we're going to be doing 3 different activities once we get up here. And one other thing to note with the routing, we try to route where we're going upstairs as few times as possible. So you'll see us do a lot of downstairs levels and then upstairs levels just grouped together. So in the 3-ring circuits, first ring is the Lion Tamer section with Tommy and Spike. And all we're doing is just running around and jumping with Bones. It's the second phase that's going to be very important to us because that will give our glitched ability, which is a super long jump. So keep Spike's jump in mind as well. And we're going to be trying to hope for an 81 on the timer. It's going to be an 80. Very unfortunate. All right, so at the end of this stage, when we do a jump off the ramp, this will give us our long jump ability. We're taking a wide turn there because we want to avoid a Reptar bar hidden right in the corner. Try to hug this wall as tight as we can. And then we're going to jump when the shadow is in the white of this ramp, and we have the glitched ability. All we need to do is just launch Chucky into a leaf pile, and we are on to cookies. If you want to explain cookies, Breger?
Yeah, so Cookies is a really fast level. I'm sure he's already done by the time I'm done explaining this. So anyway, you're trying to keep the cookies away from Angelica. You're eating the cookies. You want Angelica to get you, so that way it like glitches the game into you being able to eat the cookies extremely fast. And then you just mash circle 15 times, and then it's done. Boom, cookies.
Just like that, perfectly timed. So now we're going to show off our jumping ability. We need to head to the basement to meet Mr. Friend. And instead of just walking downstairs, it's very slow to do that. We're going to jump all the way down. Perfect. It took 2 tries, but that wasn't bad at all. So Mr. Friend does present a little bit... Mr. Friend does present a little bit of RNG himself, just determining how quickly or slowly he gets up. That was a decent speed. Well, we fought one, jumped into him, broke him. Now we got to fight 3 more. And luckily, so those 2 have to take 3 hits. This one only takes 2 hits. And hopefully we're going to pray that we get a quick get up on this one, and it's not too bad. And just like that, we're flying through the game. We are heading into Mirrorland now. And Breger, if you want...
Wow, we are blasting through it.
Breger, if you want to...
Yeah, no, we definitely need more polygons for Tommy's giant head. So Mirrorland takes the Pickles house, flips it upside down. So you're on up is down, down is up. You have these boxes, and you open them up, and there are balloons that come out. And you have to go around collecting balloons. It's very movement heavy. Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of just taking an optimal route between each of the balloons. There is a super cool up warp that's not actually done in any of the runs because it's super inconsistent. But 2K is going to go for it.
Yeah, so basically the main thing that...
super...
Yeah, the main thing that we normally do is we normally do the orange first and then the blue, so that way we can just head up the stairs right afterwards. But what I'm going to be doing, this door frame in particular, I'm going to try to climb up where I am partially clipped into the wall when I stand up. And if I do it correctly, by doing a couple of jumps, that will let me up warp. But let's see if I can get this or not. And that spot was a little bit off. I'll give it one more try. It's very finicky to get, so I'm not surprised if I don't... Yeah, I'm not going to get it. It's extremely finicky. I've gotten it 3 times, so it's extremely precise to get, which is unfortunate. I couldn't show it off here, but I figured it would happen. One of the other things we can talk about with the balloons is vertical displacement. These are 2D sprites in a 3D game, and so just like that one balloon there, you saw I collected two. If you're able to jump into the balloons or climb up into the balloons, you can sometimes register a double collection. So that means in certain areas we can skip a couple of balloons. So the yellow balloon in particular works really well to get an extra balloon, and the red balloon at the end helps to get an extra one of that. As we head into the basement, that's now the attic. These purple balloons, routing is rough at times. But I've gotten the routing for these to a point where I actually uh, think this might be the fastest way, though it's hard to know without perfect movement to really time between them. And one other thing to say,
Yeah, movement for this.
yeah, there's a ton of movement. One other thing when it comes to the upwarp, the one run I actually, when I was going for ILs of Mirrorland, I had set the world record time without the upwarp. And then I got the upwarp in a run, and it was two seconds slower just because my movement was really bad. So this level really does show your movement level skill. As we get the last of the reds, we're gonna do one more climb. Can I get an extra? No. One extra balloon, not too bad. And there we are. We are heading to the cookie race. So that bonus level is nice because it actually does have a loading zone in the hub. So that actually brings us right upstairs. And that means 3 levels we can do in a row without having to climb any stairs, which is very nice. So on to the cookie race. This one is a simple level. All we need to do is beat Angelica to the kitchen before she can get the cookies. So we're going to bonk into a bunch of walls and then get in front of her. We're going to jump down the stairs here. Don't try this with any babies. There we go. That was actually a perfect landing spot too. We're going to just take the shortest route possible. We're going to do one more jump here so that way we can just not drop and fall. And the one thing that I really hate with this game is the hitboxes are, like we said, very wonky, but especially with walls, you can bonk pretty easily.
No block trick is shame. So in that race, there's like a fence you notice before you went outside. If you throw a block exactly right and climb up on it, you can skip like the back end of that race. If anybody wants to find a consistent setup for that, I will love you forever. Next level, where are we going?
We're going to outer
outside
space. Yeah, so we get to control Angelica. She needs to find a way to free the babies and get them outside. So we're going to navigate the first part of the stage by just heading to the basement where there's a jail. We're going to free a fish that's actually going to disable the gravity for us, which will allow us to get our escape route. But first we need to just navigate this maze. And it's the one thing that stinks with this level in particular is I don't get to show off the remote snipe. Oh, I missed the jump. Because that laser that you get, along with the flashlight that we'll see later, you can actually collect Reptar bars with it. But of course, with all levels, we're trying to avoid as many Reptar bars as we can. But that Reptar bar, there's a Reptar bar behind me, all the way at the end of the...
super long animation.
Yeah. There's a bar that's all the way at the end of that particular section, and it's a nightmare to shoot sometimes. All right, so we are heading to another one of the RNG dependent levels, and this one, unfortunately, we have not found a way to manipulate. So Let There Be Light, it starts off with the power going out. Tommy wants light to appear, so where's the one place that there's always light? The fridge. Unfortunately, Tommy's not going to be strong enough to open the fridge, so we need to find Spike. Spike can be in any one of the 5 rooms upstairs or outside. And where this is a marathon, I'm going to check outside first because I'm just thinking marathon look.
Ooh.
I'm thinking marathon look with this. We're going for the 1 and 6. He's not outside. He's not outside, unfortunately, so we're going to have to go upstairs. I took the chance and it did not pay off. I'm sorry. All right,
Gotta
so
yellow for the biscuit.
we're gonna head upstairs. The left room is the first room that we check, and it's the spawn that we hope he's there for. Oh my god! Of course he's there in the first room. I picked so wrong on that, but it's fine. Touchdown Tommy.
Touchdown Tommy is just a game of keep away with the bottle of delicious baby milk. Angelica's going to come at you. The baby's the idea is to get behind Lil and use her as sort of alignment to keep between you and Angelica. And also, if you drink next to another baby, it'll drink faster. And each of the babies have different drink speeds. I believe Chucky was the slowest.
Yes, and Phil and Lil are the
Yeah,
quickest.
yeah. There's a lot of like stuff with that for some reason.
A lot of
They
intricacies
really
with the food. Yeah.
they really cared about us.
All right.
Thank you, developer.
So we're heading up to Seven Voyages of Cynthia. This is the other very heavy RNG dependent level. So this one, Tommy and Chucky lose Cynthia down the sewers, Angelica's toy. So Spike is on the trail to find it. First phase is just going to be navigating these sewers, and as you can see, we're putting this long jump to work. We're going to try to do as much as possible, spacing everything out, and using this long jump just to help us get on these ledges a little bit easier, because climbing them, as you can see, you can just bonk for absolutely no reason. Thank you so much. As we navigate the brown water, which we're not going to talk about why it's brown. All right, so this second half of this maze is just annoying. It really is. It's hard to know where to go the first time. All right, as we make our way outside, so this... Hi, jump please. So the second half of this stage is where the RNG comes into play. We need to find Cynthia now. She can actually be, once again, in one of 6 spots. 2 of the spots are right next to each other, so it's really more of a 1 in 5, but they are technically separate places. I'm going to do a pan now. See on the box. Nope, not on the far box. Not there. Oh no, did I get bad RNG? I think the game's punishing me for checking outside first. Yeah, she's not in any of the first 4 spots. She's in the worst 2. Oh, she's in the very last spot, dude.
Wow. Get wrecked.
I knew marathon luck would happen at some point. I just didn't think it would be this one. All right, so we're gonna we're gonna stay upstairs for our last upstairs level, Toy Palace. So this one I actually really enjoyed the episode for it. But with this level in particular, we are doing another 2-phase part. Tommy and Chucky get locked overnight in a toy store. They get separated, so Chucky needs to find Tommy first. And this game just likes its mazes. This is yet another maze that we need to complete, but this one's not nearly as bad as some of the other mazes. So navigating our way through here, we're going to do a fun jump in the ball pit, which no place has ball pits anymore, sad. Climb out. And we are on to the fight with Thog, if you want to go over that for me, Bregerman.
Yeah, so the idea is we need to turn Reptar on. There's like a whole labyrinth of like boxes you're supposed to get, but there's a super cool jump that's also a huge pain to do, and it enables us to skip getting a box, so it's faster. And also, he's gonna do he did the little thing where you slide the box on the floor. That's a cool little strat. You just do like X and square real quick. It's super nifty. If you're really cool, you can also surf on it. So anyway, we have our 3 boxes, and we're going to jump from Reptar's platform, and we're going to go around.
Oh my god, I hate this jump.
Yeah, this jump is awful. But honestly, it's like one of the only few awful parts of the whole run.
There we go.
It's a pretty easy run to get into. Yeah, you got to be pretty precise about it.
Yeah, you got to make sure you have speed. You got to make sure you're on the flat part when you do the jump. There we go. Yeah, that was easily one of my one of my bad jumps, but it wasn't completely awful.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, Gold
Um,
Rush.
yeah, so Gold Rush, which is our final bonus level, um, you're just running around, you're Phil, and you're like, oh man, look at all these coins. And it's just another movement based one, making sure you go to the next coin, um, without turning around or anything crazy like that. And you collect all the coins. Um, there's a specific route he's doing.
Yeah, this is a route I personally
Um,
prefer to do. Again, I don't know if this is exactly the fastest. It's kind of hard to time without having a good standard to go against, but this is the one that I personally like to do. The fastest I've
yeah,
ever done this, and this was actually during when I was practicing with Bregerman for the event. But I finished this with about 110 on the timer. Usually, I want to go for at least a 107 or a 108 on the timer.
yeah.
We're gonna get a
Actually, yeah, like
107 here. 108, not too bad.
I never actually looked at that timer before, but yeah, I guess it's been there the whole time.
All right, so heading on to aisle 7, where we get two of my favorite characters, Larry and Steve, for their only appearance in the game. So we need to navigate a supermarket looking for Reptar cereal. And this is actually a 4-phase part. First phase, we need to find a balloon with Reptar's face on it. So we're going to do a jump on the ice here and just make our way to a balloon, which leads to a pie fight with Larry and Steve. We're going to hope Larry is nice to us and sticks his legs up in the air so we can get quick hits and end this fight fast. Well, we didn't get the legs, but we got Steve to help us. And that fight is over already. Now we need to navigate to the frozen food area where the Reptar cereal is kept. We got a floor full of soap. We're going to do an angle jump. I did not angle that well. So that way we don't have to slide on that soap too much. Do a jump all the way to the other side. And now we've got some eggs being thrown at us while we navigate through the frozen section here. Oh boy. My movement is not crisp right now. All right, so for the lobster fight, normally you're supposed to pick up those cans, throw them at the lobster, kill him. But we're going to lure him to the left and then climb the boxes. Much easier. And just like that, we are finished with aisle 7. If this was
Oh
80%
yeah.
running, the aisle 7 would be the last level that we do. But it's stuck in the middle. As we head into the bathroom to Grandpa's teeth. So this is another multi-phase level. First part, Grandpa has his teeth stolen by Spike. So we need to navigate a maze once again to catch up with Spike and hopefully get Grandpa's teeth back. The one bit of RNG, the gate is not there. Beautiful. And basically all that gate would do is just make me go around in a circle, which it's not that bad of a time loss, but you still don't want to see it. One thing to note with the maze as well, all the flowers that you see on the wall actually mark the route that you're supposed to take to make it out of the maze. So if you ever get lost in this, just use those flowers. It really helps. All right, now for the goose chase. So the goose has the teeth and Chucky. We need to hunt him down with Spike. We're going to try to get in front of him here, which that should... Oh, I got bonked. Shoot. If there's anything you want to add, Bergerman, while I try to get in front of this goose, this would be a good time. Oh, God. Okay, we're back in front of the goose.
I mean, yeah, like staying in front of the goose is pretty key. It goes faster than you slightly, so it gives you a little push. You also don't want to get caught on like any of these benches or logs or anything you're jumping over, because like, good God, it can be a pain to jump over them if you're right into it. So you got to jump a little early,
And
give
being
yourself a little bit of space.
and
That
being in front of
boost.
the goose is really good too, because the goose does stop at certain points, and you can run into him. Shuffleboard time. We need to kill the goose with some shuffleboard pucks, and not hit Chucky like that. It takes 5 hits to get this goose, and this... Ooh, wow, how did that hit? How did that hit? How did those hit? I actually don't get how those hit at all.
That was pretty legendary. Wow, that was like really good.
All right, so we
You're-
are now heading to the reason I started speedrunning this game. Actually, Ice Cream Mountain, the mini golf. This is easily the best part of the game, in my opinion.
Everybody knows putt. Go off.
So one thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be trying to align the baby I'm using to just go straight behind the ball to where they would need to aim it. This just helps aim it a little bit faster, though sometimes the accuracy can be wonky. Hole 2. There we go. We get the Mario robot. I swear that robot that speaks right there. Ever since I played Super Mario Sunshine, I swear it sounds like Flood. So one other thing that we do want to... Oh, actually, hole 3. Hole 3 is a 3-frame window to get a hole in 1, and I am stupid enough to go for it all the time because I hate the other strat. And I think that should do it. I really hope this makes it in. Make it.
Oh yeah. So like this hole is like pretty frame perfect. Like there's like a very small window that you can hit to get the hole in 1 on that one.
Yeah, it's a 3-framer. So hole 4, we're going to set up our first shot. This is one of the first ones that we cannot get a hole in. We're going to set up our first shot so we can just make it to the very top of the hill. We do not want it rolling down. Oh, thank God. That actually worried me for a second. And then we're just going to line up the second shot to go. Perfect. All right, so hole 5 is the second of the ones we cannot hole in 1. This windmill does not affect the ball whatsoever, so we can just go whenever, which is great. And key with this is making sure we get enough power so we can confirm and get a 2 on this, which that looks like a perfect shot for a 2. Just gonna line that up. Wow, that was actually a quick snap to line it up. All right. So hole 6. Hole 6 is the bane of my existence for getting a hole in 1. Because there is a gravity well. So we need to aim it in the right spot. And not only that, we need to make sure we get the correct power. So I'm hoping I get this hole in 1. That might be fine. Hey! I nailed it. Alright, so hole 7, we get a nice little scene with Reptar within the city. This will be a precursor to our final level. So we're going to set up our first shot and hope it gets off the wall a little bit. Thank you. And the second shot can be tricky. We need to do a perfect bank off the corner and hope it stays in. And I don't want to give it too much power because it could not make it in the hole, but we are fine. All right, so here's where our incentive comes up. Hole 8, we get an Egyptian hole. And there actually is a pyramid. I'll show after I take my second shot. This is the longest hole of the game. And the one cool thing about this is the pyramid that's to our right. You can actually go within the pyramid. Within the pyramid, there is a hidden secret within. I'm going to hold off on what it is since I paid for the donation. I wanted to share all with you guys. So first of all, let's take a look at this pyramid. I mean, it's freaking cool. Look at that thing. And we're just gonna go inside. So there's a ton of Reptar bars in here as well, like a ton. Well, I don't even know the exact count, but it can be amazing here. So we're just going to take a pre-planned route that I know to get to this Mr. Friend. And there is our incentive. It is a mummified Mr. Friend. The one cool thing with that Mr. Friend is if you actually take the time to lead him back outside, you can destroy him. I don't know if it gives any special rewards like a Reptar bar or anything, but it's just a cool little Easter egg hidden within the pyramids here. And I'm going to line this up, hopefully get a 3 here. 3 is, oh, that might be too far right, but we'll see how this works. No, I nailed it. Mini golf is definitely going better than practice, I'll say that. So we are at the final hole, which is the fabled Ice Cream Mountain. We're going to aim just to the right of the popsicle stick here. And we're going to do full power, making sure the bar doesn't drop back down. That might actually be too far left. I may have missed this. Nope, I nailed it. I am just doubting myself. So we are heading now to the second to last level, Egg Hunt. This one is another one of those heavy RNG levels. But with this one, there's just so many places the eggs can spawn that you really just need to have an idea of where eggs could possibly spawn. So we need to collect 35 of these Easter eggs around the house. And we're just going to be routing as we see and hoping, we get a good RNG pattern. So we're going to dip into the den here, grab those guys. Oh, camera does not want to cooperate with me. Into the bathroom. We've got a couple in here. Did I have one there? Yes, I did. And one of the biggest things is making sure you grab every single one that you can see and really being thorough about where you're checking. It is very easy to just bypass one and then you're stuck with one egg wondering where it is in the house. We've got a number in the kitchen, which is fine. Means less in the room, which I personally prefer. Oh. Not in the corner. We got 2 in the playpen. Very nice. Go around the couch. Shoot, I am missing one. As I'm talking about how you can miss one easily. Oh boy, where did I miss that one?
Ooh, mystery.
Dude, the marathon jitters are getting to me. Where did I miss it? Is it in the garage, I wonder? It's not in the bathroom, I know that. Oh my god, this is... I'm letting everybody in the Rugrats community... Oh, it's all the way in the corner there. That's why I didn't see it. It was all the way in the Tommy corner in the garage.
Oh, wow. That's a good hiding spot. They hit that one good.
Alright, so...
It blends in with the boxes.
Alright, so we just need to put together the easiest puzzle in the world according to Stu. A 12-piece Reptar puzzle, which will unlock the final level, Reptar 2010, where we get to play as Reptar now. How awesome is that? So main things, just with Reptar 2010, we're just going to be doing a jump at the beginning, so that way we can destroy the trees when we walk. And then one main street, we're going to be just avoiding some lampposts that will slow us down, and the bridge that we need to climb up and drop down is very finicky. At this time, we could probably do our shout-outs, Bergerman, if you want to...
oh, yeah, no. Rugrats is an amazing community. Very helpful people. Raging Redneck, who owns the world records, put together an amazing set of tutorials. It's full of really cool people. One named Lucas, Plywood, Carter Kirby, myself. He said audaciously. Yeah, it's a really great place. There's other Rugrats games too. If you're into the series, I know it's like hype with the kids. Everybody loves
Alright,
Rugrats.
timing, sorry to interrupt. Timing's going to end when the screen fully fades to black here before the cutscene. And time, we'll let you enjoy this cutscene. Yeah, the best part about seeing this cutscene is when you PB. This is the best way to celebrate. This and the piano that's in the living room. Yeah, look at him go, though. All right, so I'll do my quick shout out. Bergerman hit the majority of people, but the two I personally want to give shout outs to are Bergerman himself and to Carter Kirby. Between the both of you guys, you really helped me, want to push my time down, considerably, especially with you for the all runs and for Carter for the any percent. That is the run, guys. Thank you so much for letting me showcase this with you guys. We've got Gex 3 next, which I'm being honest, I am super hyped to watch that. This is like the nostalgia fuel block right here.
Oh yeah. Crash numbers. Yeah, he's really good at Gex 3.
But Allie, thank you so much for letting me do this run for the marathon, and hope everyone has a good one.